All right. Am I good? All right. We're live from 3140 Berlin Station Road. As you can hear behind us, we do have part of the football team coming out. It is a crisp and cool 66-degree night here at Berlin Station Road. It's an exciting night here. It's neon theme, and it is also senior night here. We're going to run through all our games around town towards our OCC divisional matchups as well. And then we'll talk about our own game. So let's get it rolling. Last week's game, Berlin did come out with a 20-3 victory over Dublin-Jerome. It was a big kicking matchup where Berlin scored 12 points off of field goals. The kicker was 4 for 4, and our defense played extremely well. Guys, do you have anything regarding that game?
I think our defense played really well. It was an injured Jerome team. They didn't have their quarterback or their starting quarterback or their star receiver, but I think our defense overall just had a good day today.
Yeah, I think the offense played really well against Jerome, and they were able to move the ball, which they haven't had success with that previous weeks. So it was good that they were able to move the ball against them.
Yeah, good points. Our first out-of-conference game will be Upper Arlington at Dublin-Kaufman. Kevin, would you like to give us the rundown on this game?
Upper Arlington is coming off of back-to-back losses against Liberty and Orange, and Upper Arlington's offense has slowed down the past couple of weeks, and their defense has also let up a lot of points. Dublin-Kaufman has defeated Hilliard-Davidson 24-20 when last week on the road. So yeah.
Yeah, I think Dublin-Kaufman needs to get their offense together. They've scored just a measly 7 points per game. Their head coach is the former Berlin offensive coordinator, Nick McVeigh. They need to get it together as Upper Arlington has played some tough teams, and I think this will be the start of a comeback. I do believe Upper Arlington will win this game.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think UA is going to take this game pretty easily.
Yeah, our second game is Olentangy Liberty at Hilliard-Davidson. Jack, would you like to give us the rundown?
Yeah, so Liberty last week beat Bradley on the road 21-13. They've started out 0-3. But they've won 5 straight since, so they're on a big hot streak. Led by junior quarterback Alex Leonard and junior running back Grayson Davies, the team finally has came together after that rough start. So by the end of the year, it might be a good thing that they started out 0-3. But Davidson, last week they lost 24-20 to Kaufman. They're 4-4 overall, 0-3 in their conference, and they've lost 3 straight against Orange, Bradley, and Kaufman. But they're looking to turn around this week. So that game I got Liberty. I think they're on too big of a hot streak to get taken down by Davidson.
Yeah, I agree with what Jack said. I do believe Liberty is just the better team overall. It takes a moment when you lose as many seniors as Liberty did lose, but I think they're coming together and they're going to be one of the hotter teams to end the season off.
Yeah, I also think that Liberty, there's just no question that they lose this game. I think Liberty wins, especially they've won 5 straight, so they're on a hot roll.
Yeah, our third game is Hilliard-Bradley at Olentangy Orange. Hilliard-Bradley did lose to Olentangy Liberty, like we said, 21-13. They have played well against lower-tier opponents, but haven't played as well against higher-tier opponents. It's going to be interesting for them and see what they need to do. Their defense does need to play well. Olentangy Orange scored 14 points in the fourth quarter in what was unusually a nail-biter for them. It was a 28-14 victory against Upper Arlington. They're 8-0 on the season. Their defense is great. No offense has scored more than 21 points, and their offense averages over 30 points per game. They can run and pass extremely well. I do believe Orange will take this game. I think they'll handle business, and I don't think it'll be much of a close game, especially after last week.
Yeah, I think Orange is going to win. They're just too good of a team.
Yeah, I think Orange is going to win the state championship. I think they're going to handle business easily today.
Yeah. Now moving on to our conference games. Our first one is Olentangy. They are 7-1 and are 3-0 in the conference, and they are playing Dublin-Jerome, who is 4-4 and 1-2 in the conference. Olentangy is coming off a close 17-11 victory against Hilliard-Darby, while Dublin-Jerome is coming off a 20-3 loss against Olentangy Berlin.
Yeah, so Olentangy, they're competing with Berlin. They're tied for the top of the conference. Senior quarterback Luke Chalicki was last week had 134 passing yards, a touchdown, and a pick. But the running back Brody Mazlewski did most of the carrying. He had 130 yards and a touchdown. On the defensive side, 2 D1 commits. Ohio State commit CJ Sana led the team in total tackles, while Clemson commit Caden Gebhart had 12 tackles. Those two guys this week will be the X factors. They're going to have to have a great defensive performance to get the job done again against Jerome, who's coming off of a rough game last week here at Berlin. They started out 3-0, but with both injuries to their quarterback and receiver, it's going to be tough to build off of that. So I think Tangi takes this game. I think there's too much injuries on that Jerome side, and I think Tangi's just got too much talent to lose this game.
Yeah. So I think Olentangy wins this game. Jerome, they started off really good. Their season started off really good. They started 3-0, but so after injuries, they just went downhill. So yeah, I think Olentangy takes it.
Yeah, I agree with both of my correspondents. I believe that Olentangy will win this game. I think if their defense just steps up, there's no reason they shouldn't lose the game. Our second conference game is Thomas Worthington, who is 1-7 overall and 0-3 in the conference. They are at Hilliard Darby, who is 2-6 overall and 0-3 in the conference. Thomas Worthington is coming off a rough 22-21 loss against Marysville, and Hilliard Darby is coming off a close 17-11 defeat against Olentangy.
Hilliard Darby or Thomas Worthington, their junior quarterback Sam Shankman was 14 for 14 for 22 last week with 243 passing yards, 3 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions. For Hilliard Darby, their also junior quarterback Jonah Marsh was 4 for 15 with 66 yards, a touchdown, and an interception. So I do think Hilliard Darby comes away with a win.
Yeah, I think it's going to be two rough offenses going against each other. Darby's quarterback was 4 for 15. Like, that's hard to do. And the Thomas Worthington quarterback had 2 picks. So I think it's going to be a very defensive game, but I have Darby. They're at home. Thomas Worthington has not looked good all year, so I got Darby on that one.
Yeah, I agree. I do believe Hilliard Darby will win this game. It just depends on how Braylon Griffith plays. If he can run all over that Thomas Worthington defense, I mean, they should have victory. I believe Thomas Worthington's just kind of there for the spirit now. I mean, they're 1-7. They can't really make the playoffs easily, so they're just out there having fun. Our big important game of the week, the reason we're all here, is Marysville, who is 4-4 in the 4-4 overall and 2-1 in the conference, is here at Olentangy Berlin, who is 3-5 and 3-0 in our conference. The Marysville Monarchs have traveled about 40 minutes for this divisional matchup. Berlin does lead the all-time series 3-2, and they have won the last 3 matchups. Marysville defeated Thomas Worthington 22-21 in overtime, which is a big confidence-boosting victory for any team overall. Junior Brady Carper was just 4 for 12 with 35 yards passing, not so great, but J.J. Henry and Colin Wimmers both handled the workload on the running side. J.J. Henry rushed for 128 yards and 2 touchdowns, and Colin Wimmers had 108 yards and 1 touchdown. This dual option between the 2 running backs is going to be a little bit of an issue for Berlin's defense, so they need to hold them down from the opening kick. Berlin come off a 20-3 victory. Field goals were the big deciding factor. The defense has played really well since the start of the season, and in order to win this game, they are going to need to start scoring touchdowns. They can't just rely on field goals, or they'll never outscore anybody.
Yeah, so I think J.J. Henry's got to be the guy today for the Monarchs. He's been the guy all year. He has almost 800 yards on the season. But I think also Colin Wimmers has to help him if J.J. Henry can't get going. I think Wimmers has to come and be that spark for that offense if Henry can't get the job done. On the Berlin side, I think, like Dylan said, I think we have to score touchdowns. I think we can't rely on field goals to win games. We're going to have to score 7 points routinely, and we have to finish our chances. Berlin's had a ton of turnovers the past couple of games, and we haven't been able to score touchdowns off of them. Like, we can't. We have to be able to get 7 points today.
Yeah, I think the goal for the game is to get 6, and with that, I think Berlin is probably the hottest team right now, so I do think they come out with a win.
Yeah, in last year's matchup, Berlin did win 48-13. It was 27-7 after the first quarter and 41-7 at halftime. They scored 48 points that game, which is their most since 2020. J.J. Henry was just left with 5 carries, 20 yards, and a touchdown, and the real question is, can Berlin slow him down? Our big players to watch this game for Marysville is J.J. Henry, like we've been saying. With his big fence, it's Hudson Altman, who is a Miami, Ohio commit. He needs to get pressure on their quarterback and slow down their running game. So whatever he can do, that's going to help Berlin and it's going to help Marysville. So, yeah, I do think Berlin's going to come away with the win in this game, personally. What do you guys think?
I think Hudson Altman has to get pressure. You know, this past couple games, the whole D-line has been eating, but I think Altman has to have a big game today. He's the main factor on this defense, so he's got to be able to stop the run, get pressure on the quarterback, and force this run game to not be there. He has to force them into long second, third downs to get this running game off the field and be able to set them up with long downs. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yeah, they got to slow down the run to win the game, and like we said, you have to get touchdowns, not just field goals. So, yeah. Also, there needs to be a big atmosphere here tonight to get into Marysville's heads, and that's how Berlin's going to come out with a win.
Yeah, I think Berlin's coming away with the win. I mean, they just have to play defense and score touchdowns. So now we're going to do a little bit of a different segment. This is our hot take segment. My hot take for the rest of the season is that Olentangy Liberty will make a deep run in the playoffs this year. They started out 0-3. They've won 5 straight. They just needed to find their footing. I think the chemistry is now finally coming together. Like I said earlier, it does take a while.
Right now they looked very nice. They're good. I feel like they're getting hot at just the right time, and yeah. So, in those 3 wins that we've gotten, they have allowed less than 10 points in every single one of those games. So it does come down to the defensive side of things, but we also have to score touchdowns to be able to get to the point we need to get to. And every other team that's in the OCC right now has been struggling lately. So yeah, I do think Berlin will be able to come out with an OCC championship.
Yeah, kind of building off of what Kevin said, Berlin is winning in order to make the playoffs. And if they can win this week and next week, they'll 1, win the OCC, and 2, make it right into the playoffs. So, Jack, what do you think Berlin will do if they do make the playoffs?
I think they, like Kevin said, they're hitting the streak at the right time. They're going into the playoffs hot instead of cold. Just like in college basketball, you schedule all your hard games early to get those out of the way, then you go into the tournament on a hot streak. This is the same thing with high school football. I think Berlin will reach the regional semifinals. That's round 3 of the tournament. That's 2 games away from the state semis. I think we finally found the offense production to get it done. I think with Colton at quarterback, the run game, the passing game, I think we found the right stride. And our defense is finally, they've never been bad, but they finally shut everybody down, run game, pass game. We've finally gotten those turnovers. But like Kevin said, we have to capitalize off of those turnovers and turn from 3 to 6. And I think we've had so many close losses this year. Week 1, week 2. Our only, I feel like, blowout game has been against Orange. I think every game we could have 5 or 6 wins at this moment, but instead we have 3, and we have to deal with that. But I think we still can make a deep playoff run.
Yeah, I agree with Jack on that standard. I think we've played all of our hard games, and I think that has brought us to the point where we are today. I mean, 0-5 is a big hole to dig deep out of, but the way they've been playing recently has shown signs of life. Like Jack said, we've lost a couple close games, and those are games that you'll turn around and end up knowing how to win in the playoffs. I think they could win a couple games as well. I just wouldn't be surprised if you watch Berlin make it pretty far in the playoffs.
Yeah, just kind of piggyback off that. I feel like they gotta trust each other. You know, it's a team sport. It's not just one person. So yeah, they just gotta trust each other to be able to make a deep run in the playoffs.
Yeah, so our football team's coming beside us right now, over here. I believe that we're starting warm-ups very quickly, and with that being said, I'd like to thank all of our seniors on the DBSN staff, Alex, Ishan, Ian, John, and Becca, who all contributed to helping us set up this game day. This wouldn't be possible without any of them. They took time out of their day to be here and help us out with this, and I really appreciate it. Guys, anything else?
Yeah, I think without them, like, none of the overtime, none of the DBSN segments, I feel like that wouldn't have been ran the same. I don't think the quality would have been the same. So you got to thank these seniors. Kevin?
Ted, this will be the end of our segment. This is the last game day that we'll have for the season, as next week is an away game at Tangi. We'll still want you guys to show out and be loud as always. But if you're at home right now, you can continue at 7 p.m. for kickoff to watch our radio broadcast. It'll be Alex and myself. We will have this posted on YouTube, and you can always have the audio-only stream, or you could click the QR code on the stream and pay to watch the game as well. With that being said, my name is Dylan Dixon.